Sairam to all my dear children. Children, welcome back for chapter 16, Management of Natural Resources, and this is your part 3 for class 10th biology. Children, in your previous part 2, we all have studied about stakeholders. There are 4 types of stakeholders, and in previous video we all have studied about 3 stakeholders, and today we will continue with the 4th stakeholder and some more important topic about natural resources, which are coal and petroleum. So let us start with the 4th stakeholders. See children, some stakeholders or some people are like that. Actually, they are not dependent on forest for any benefit, or they are not put from the government's side as employees, or they are not, their job is not actually to conserve the forest and wildlife. They conserve the forest and wildlife only with the interest and only with some religious belief, or they want to see nature in its pristine form. So these type of stakeholders are known as activists. Actually, conservationists and wildlife enthusiastically who want to conserve nature in its pristine form are the 4th stakeholder. So there are many type of activists. In your book there are 2 examples. We will study about these examples. One example is that where a lady named Amrita Devi Bishnoi got and was awarded with National Award for Wildlife Conservation from the government. Okay, this lady who lives in a village called Kejrali village or a Kerali village, and this village was near Jodhpur in Rajasthan. Actually, this village is there. So she was awarded because Amrita Devi Bishnoi National Award for Wildlife Conservation in the memory of Amrita Devi. It was instituted by the name from an Amrita Devi, who in 1931 actually sacrificed her life with a group of 363 other people. Okay, and what they have done, they have very much religious belief on the trees. Which trees? On the khejri trees. These trees are protected by this group. Okay, and she sacrificed her life to save the trees, and then she was awarded from the government National Award for Wildlife Conservation, and itself the government of India has recently instituted an Amrita Devi Bishnoi National Award for Wildlife Conservation in the memory of Amrita Devi. So this is the first example, and in the another example we will study about Andolan, a type of Andolan. Actually, movement originated in the Garhwal. Garhwal, which place of the Garhwal? And in the Garhwal there is a village which is called Rainy village. Okay, so this movement originated in Garhwal in 1970s. That was a result of grassroots level effort to end, okay, of the people of their forest, means to save the people, and this is known as Chipko Andolan or a Chipko movement, and also it is known as Hug the Tree movement. Okay, in Chipko Andolan the trees were hugged, okay, in which the villagers compel axemen to stop trees felling by embarrassing and forming ring around the making trees. Means the contractor has got contract to cut the trees from the forest, but these people have religious belief. So what did they do? They hug the trees, or they join hand by hand, and they collapse their hand with arms, and they hug the trees and they do not cut the X-Men to cut the trees. Okay, so this was the protection of Sal forest in West Bengal. Also there is another example. Okay, so we have studied about 3 examples: Garhwal, Rajasthan and West Bengal. Same way, these are known as protested or activist. Okay, so now we all have studied about a various type of stakeholders. Let us come to another natural resources, management of natural resources, which is coal and petroleum. Okay, we all know that coal and petroleum are actually non-renewable, exhaustible resources. Okay, once it is used, cannot be recycled again. So coal is a combustible fossilized rock derived from a large accumulation of plant remains. Okay, means coal and petroleum both are fossil fuels. Okay, which we get from remains of plants and animals. Okay, coal is used for, you all know, cooking, heating in industries and thermal power plant also it is used. Petroleum is another fossil fuel that occur in the form of liquid. Okay, it has been formed in the past about 10 to 20 crore years old, means the formation takes so much time. Okay, from plants and animal remain occur in the form of mineral oil. Actually, the petrol which is formed original product, it is in a crude way, means mix. Oil is in a sedimentary rock, then petroleum has to be filtered in various ways. Petroleum is mainly used as fuel for transport, agriculture, operations, generators, and also used in many industries. So fossil fuel, coal and petroleum are important source of energy. So coal and petroleum were formed from the degradation of biomass millions of years ago. What is biomass? Biomass means remains of animals and plants. Coal and petroleum contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and sulfur. When coal and petroleum are burnt, the products are carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxide of nitrogen and oxide of sulfur, means sulfur oxide also. Okay, so actually children, the main important topic in coal and petroleum for your board exam is that you all have to learn about the various steps taken to reduce the consumption of coal and petroleum products. So they are the steps which can be taken to reduce the consumption of coal and petroleum products are very common. You all know: switch off the lights, fans, television and other electric appliances to save electricity. Number 2, use energy efficient electrical appliances to save electricity. This can be done by using CFLs. What is the full form of CFLs? Okay, and also some fluorescent tube light. The full form of CFL, fluoro, and this is known as lubricant. So the third one is use stairs to climb at least up to 3 floors of a building instead of taking a lift to save electricity. Okay, and the next one is pressure cooker should be used for cooking food to save fuels and kerosene and LPG. Okay, fuels like kerosene and LPGs. The fifth one is solar cookers should be used to cook food whenever possible. Okay, and some more examples are there, that is use public transport as far as possible to reduce to be improved, so people do not commute in their personal vehicles. This will save a lot of petrol and diesel. Fuel efficient engine, this is the next one. Okay, this is the 6th one and this is the 7th one. Fuel efficient engine of motor vehicle should be designed to reduce the consumption of petrol and diesel. Okay, and the 8th one is the use of biogas as domestic fuel should be encouraged in rural areas. In villages, domestic fuels should be encouraged. The next one, number 9, bicycles should be used for covering short distances to save precious fuel like petrol. Okay, and the another one, which is 10th one, is good quality stoves should be used to burn fuels like kerosene and cooking gas so as to obtain maximum heat. Okay, now, so we have studied about the steps to reduce the consumption of coal and petroleum as fuels. Now children, as we all have studied that coal and petroleum are natural resources, but still they cause some amount of pollution in the environment, because when coal and petroleum are burned, okay, they release some type of toxic materials like sulfur, nitrogen and some hydrogen, okay, with some amount of water also. Only water is harmless for the environment, but the another material, they are harmful for the environment. So at some amount the pollution is caused due to burning of coal and petroleum. So what are actually they? Come. See, sulfur dioxide attacks the lungs causing bronchitis. Bronchitis is an disease, okay, which affects on lung, and then the person suffers with the breathing problem and also some other diseases. Sulfur dioxide also dissolve in rainwater, then what happens? Makes it acidic. Okay, the acid rain does, what does it do? Produce damage trees, plants, aquatic organisms, building and metal structures. Okay, so acid rain is very harmful for the various ways. Carbon monoxide is very poisonous gas which release after burning of petrol and coal. If carbon monoxide gets into our bloodstream, what happens? It will stop red blood cells from carrying oxygen from lungs to rest of the body and cause suffocation also. Okay, it is a reason for causing suffocation also. And some more. Just like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide is also released with the burning. What are the harms? The harms are that nitrogen oxide attacks the breathing system and also cause acid rains. Okay, and the 4th one is, though carbon dioxide is not a poisonous gas, but it is it effect on the greenhouse gas which traps sun heat energy falling on the earth. So the burning of more and more of fossil fuel is what is happening, is increasing the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and what is the result? Causing increased greenhouse effect leading to the global warming, okay, which is very harmful for the environment. Clear? See here in the picture, you all can see the effect on the branches here. Okay, the upper branches of these trees have been damaged by acid rain produced mainly by sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides present in the polluted air. Okay, so this is what how on trees are getting affected. Okay, so now from the discussion we have done, okay, in the previous slides. Clear? So from the discussion we conclude that we need to use fossil fuel, coal and petroleum very properly, or can we say judicially. Why? Because fossil fuel, about what we have studied in this video, we have studied about coal and petroleum. Left in the earth are limited, which will get exhausted soon. Okay, the products of combustion of fossil fuels pollute the environment. Okay, so we all have to be very much aware about the consumption, conservation and management of all natural resources. So children, study well and watch each and every slide very well and go through all the definition and important points.